anxiety, anger, and other issues. There's a bit of a hidden warning though, and adults really love this book, because I tested it with adults and they really love this book. So it's a book for everybody, really. And tonight, for the first time in the world, I'm going to read a couple of sections from my book for you. With the assistance of Dr. David Ryder from Interactive Publications, who is going to read a couple of quotes from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books.
Legally?
Unauthorized.
The first section I'm going to read for you tonight is from my first chapter, The Power of Tragedy, which strives to help people to overcome hardship and tragedy and adversity in life. And this section is called, Are You the Next Hero?
I wouldn't be surprised if today was known as Harry Potter Day in future. There will be books written about Harry. Every child in our world will know his name. And that's from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Professor McGonagall is excited again. Why? Because Harry is going to be a hero. And this fits well with myth, because good heroes are supposed to rise above tragedy, conquer tough challenges and achieve great power. It seems that Harry, a lonely boy who begins life under the stairs, is really a hidden hero waiting for a chance to shine. Are you one too? Harry's world has a strong psychological message for anyone who doubts that young people can do great things. Don't assume that all hurt and troubled kids become sad, mad, bad people. They could be tomorrow's heroes. That's right. People from broken homes, people with troubled lives, people with wounded spirits, and people who feel they have nothing to offer anyone. These are the very people who can become resilient, resourceful, and powerful on the inside. As a matter of fact, important social evidence proves that people with tragic pasts can achieve incredible success. Hardship can even give people an edge in life, making them smarter, sassier, sharper than those who have had it too comfy and cushy for too long. In a breakthrough book called Greatness, Who Makes History and Why, a sociologist named D.K. Simonton studied the world's greatest figures in politics, sport, science, art, literature and other areas, and his findings were astonishing. He found that many great people had actually suffered a lot of tragedy and hardship when they were young. For example, many powerful people had lost one or both parents, just like Harry did. Of 700 figures in world history, Simon discovered that 61% lost a parent before the age of 31. That's more than half. Nearly 1/3 of highly accomplished individuals from fields like science, politics and the arts were orphans, having lost one or both parents early on. As you can see, a fair share of the world's most inspiring and influential people had lost a mother, father or both parents. So social experts like Simonton concluded that when children and teenagers suffer adversity early in life, they are much more likely to experience distinct character building, a crucial ingredient for greatness. Example, a boy called Ronald rose from tragedy to triumph in real life. When Ronald was 4 years old, his father died in South Africa. A few years later, his mother collapsed on the kitchen floor in a diabetic coma, leaving Ronald an orphan at the age of 12 years. He became one of the most famous writers in the whole world. This boy, with a troubled background, grew up to reign as the king of fantasy literature. You've probably heard of him. He's J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Lord of the Rings. In a book called Tolkien Mastery of Fantasy, biographer David Collins described Queen Elizabeth II presenting Tolkien with a special award of the British Empire at Buckingham Palace for his distinguished contribution to literature. With 40 million books in print in more than 40 countries, Tolkien, without a doubt, supports Simonton's mind-blowing social conclusion that to attain success of the highest order, a person may have to suffer first. After 30 years of helping homeless youths, even those involved in drugs, gangs and crime, a street worker in Melbourne adamantly believes that young people are strong, smart and good at heart. Les Twentyman says that many young people live on the streets because home life is so bad. Incest victims told me they feel safer on the street than in their own bedroom, he says. But does this mean that homeless kids are destined to be useless and powerless? No way, according to Twentyman. There was a teenage girl I found living with a couple of mates in the boot of an abandoned car in a rubbish tip some years ago. Do you know what she's doing now? Thanks to a back-to-school program and other support, she finished school, went to university and got an arts degree. Another girl I got to know just after she became homeless at the age of 15 finished her PhD in science. Morons? No hopers? Lacking in skill and motivation? These are our kids. They are our fellow citizens. With the right support and a fair go, people with troubled backgrounds can rise high above misery, poverty and tragedy. Already, many young people have turned their lives around to achieve enormous personal success. No matter what happens in your life, you, just like Harry and his friends, can find power in any situation. This is because you can choose your own attitude, appreciate the things you have, focus your attention on ideas that inspire you, turn suffering into success, use your tragedy to do good and great things in the world. Where do true heroes come from? Well, according to the song Holding Out for a Hero, true heroes and white knights are fresh from the fight. They come from the rolling thunder where the lightning splits the sea, from the wind and the chill and the rain. Heroes are the strugglers, the survivors and the underdogs. Heroes are the determined, hard-working people that Aussie rock star Jimmy Barnes cheers on in his song Working Class Man. Great heroes are the Anne Franks and Erin Brockoviches of our world. Despite the worst setbacks, heroes choose to become positive thinkers, truth seekers and social leaders. It's the raw rock stuff that turns someone into a legend. The best heroes are born from tragedy. Whoever you are reading this book, I don't know you, exactly what problems you might have, how badly you suffer, how much trouble you think you're in, or how lonely you feel, but I do know this. Despite the odds you think are stacked against you, the hard evidence is that you have incredible potential to be happy, healthy and powerful. If you really want to, you can redirect your destiny right here, right now, to achieve great personal power. You can be the next hero. It's your choice.